Good morning, everyone. Let's get started. So let's quickly rewind about what we have discussed in the previous class. So in the previous class, we have looked at about the enhancements that are made to the collection interface as part of the Java 8. The first thing that we have looked at is for each method. Can someone tell me what is the for each method and what is the for loop difference?
Without using the loop, we can iterate the things.
Okay,
And,
what does the for each method will take?
each method we can apply on the top of the collection object.
Yes.
Take implementation.
Whatever the data that we have supplied for the list, those modifications will be done by this for each method.
So what does the for each method will accept?
Consume interface.
Yeah, it for each method takes a consumer interface. Now it is a method, so we need an instance method, so we need an object. So in order to call this for each method, we need a collection object, right? So consumer interface is something which takes an argument and returns nothing. It performs some operation. So anything that you wanted to do similar kind, whatever the for loop that you are writing, so that can be replaced with a for each. Similarly, now remove if. If you wanted to remove the data from the collection, generally we call the remove method, which takes an integer argument or which takes an object. But what does the remove if method will do?
It will delete if element exists.
Yeah, it does not look at the element exist or not. So remove if method is taking a predicate, correct? Predicate as a function argument. So predicate, what is the predicate interface? It has one abstract method which takes one argument.
Performs some condition and return boolean.
Yeah. So if it returns Boolean, so Boolean means true or false. If it returns true, that corresponding element is present in the list and it will be removed. If it is false, it is not returned because it is returning false means the condition is not satisfied. So it won't remove it. So these are the things that we have learned yesterday. So now today we are going to learn about a stream. So in Java 8, so the stream API has been introduced. So this is very famous and this is the topic where you can expect a interview questions. Okay. So let us look at what is a stream. Let me create one class. Stream example. Creating a class. In this class, we are going to write all the stream examples. Now, before getting started, what is a stream? Okay. Now, if you look at rt.jar, so in the what is the new package that is created for functional interfaces in Java 8?
Java.util.function.
So java.util.function. So under this, all the functional interfaces are present. Okay. Similarly, for the stream, the new package has been introduced called java.util.stream. You can see right on my screen. See java.util.stream. So the stream package is also created newly for Java 8. Under this, you have a one thing called stream. Look at which you are seeing on my screen. So here stream. So now if someone is asking you what is a stream, stream is nothing but a interface. So what does the interface will contain? Abstract method, default method, and static method. So in this stream, you can see filter method, map to int, map to long, flat map, distinct, sorted. So that means these are the method that you are going to see: peak method, limit method, skip method. So in the interview also, they will be asking the questions on this methods of a stream. Now, what is a stream? Stream is an interface in Java 8, which is created under the java.util.stream package. So look at here the package name java.util.stream. Okay. Now the question comes, what is the advantage of using this stream? So can someone tell me what is a collection? What is a collection object?
Of similar elements.
Okay. Any other? Any other answer?
Collection of different entities, and if you go for arrays, which is limited to same data type, but if you go for collection, we can use different data types and objects also.
Yeah.
Collection is for homogeneous and heterogeneous elements.
So simply I can say in English terms, like collection is nothing but a group of objects, correct?
Yes.
Of entities.
Yeah. So that means inside a collection, you are storing the data, right? So if I am creating a list interface, array list object, what am I doing in that array list object? L dot add some element, L dot add some element. That means I am storing the data in the collection object, correct? So can I say that collection is to group some objects and which is using to store the data? Am I right? Yeah. So whenever I say list of integer, L equal to new array list. Okay. So L dot add 10. L dot add 20. So what does it mean? I'm adding the data to the collection. Just a minute, guys. Yeah, sorry for that. Back. So now collection is nothing but collection is used to group the objects into one entity, and then inside a collection, what you can do, you can store the data. So that is nothing but collection can also be called as a data structure. Okay, that's the reason under the collection you have a linked list, stack, and queue, and array list. So because of this reason, these are called as data structures. So as the name itself is telling, data structure is nothing but you are storing the data in this classes, like by creating object of linked list, by creating object of stack or queue. Are you able to store the data or not?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
you using these classes or objects, you are structuring the data. Hence, these are called as a data structures. Now, so it's well and good, like you have stored the data into the array list or queue. But so once you store the data, in real-time scenarios, you need to perform the operations, correct? For example, you have a bunch of elements, like you have a data structure which has around 10,000 records. Assume that it's an array list. On top of it, you want to perform, you have a 10,000 employees. I want to get the maximum employee name who is getting a maximum salary. So that means, what does it mean? It is nothing but a perform operation I need to perform. Similarly, I want to get all the employees whose name starts with K or whose name starts with A. So this is also some kind of an operation, right? So whenever you have a data structure, you need to perform some operation. Till now, in order to perform the operation, what you're doing, you are writing a for loop. So now with the introduction of stream, the stream is used to perform the operation on the collection framework, collection object. Stream is used to perform the operations on the collection object. So this is the advantage of a stream. Now, if someone is asking you about what is a stream, you can tell that stream is an interface in Java. You can see that here, right? See, stream is an interface in Java, in which is present under java.util.stream package. Now, what is the advantage of a stream? What is the advantage of using a stream? Using the stream, we can perform the operation on a collection object. Okay, so this is the advantage of a stream. Now, how are you performing the operations? By using these methods. So here, there is a method called filter. There is a method called map. There is a method called map to int. So you can see sorted, limit method, skip method, peek method, sorted method, distinct method. So these are all the methods. So whenever you have a method in the interface, and that too abstract method, can I say some are the other place this should have been overridden? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So that means using these methods, you are performing the operation. How you are using that method, that is what we are going to learn. Okay. So now the question comes, how can I create a stream? How can I create a stream? How to create stream? Okay. Now there are three ways to create a stream. Okay. Now, if you look at this stream interface, Let me show you one method. Yeah. What does it, what is this line number 987 and line number 1000? Can someone tell me? What are these?
Static methods of
Yeah, stream, correct. How can I access the stream? A static method
directly
of an
string
interface.
dot of directly that string.
Yeah. So I can call the interface name followed by the static method name, correct? So what is the interface name here? Stream. And what is the static method name? Off, correct? So see here, this is not this argument is nothing but a whereas this argument is nothing but a object that you are giving. So by calling this off method, what we can do? We can get a stream of what is the return type of this method? Stream of whatever you give. So this is how we can create a stream. So the first method that you can create a stream is by calling the static method present in the stream interface. Stream is an interface in which we have a method called off. So why am I calling with this interface name? Because it's a static method name. How to call the static method present in an interface? By calling the interface name. Interface name dot static method name. Now here I'm giving let me give 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, so this is a stream. Now by calling this off method, what I'm giving, I'm passing the data. Now what does this off method is returning? What is the return type of this one? Look at here, stream of integer. Why it is giving the integer? Because whatever I have passed the data, these are type of integer, so it is giving the integer. Let me pass this data as a I. Yeah. So now look at the off method. If you look at the off method, see what it is returning, stream of string, because what you have passed the number of strings. So it will return stream of strings. Stream of string. Okay. So st equal to. So this is how you can create a stream. Now the first question, how to create a stream? In order to create a stream, in the stream interface, we have a method, static method called off. The static, by calling this off static method, we can get the return type as a stream object. So this is the first way. Any question, guys? Anyone? How to create a stream? Any confusion on this? How am I calling this off method and all?
That 3 dot, what is that next?
So this is called as a variable argument. This is a feature of Java 1.5. So in Java 1.5, that feature has been introduced called var args. Okay, so variable, this is called as var args are variable arguments. The advantage of this one is, let me tell you quickly, public void. Let me write one method, M1. I'm writing one method. Okay, let me take another method with M1, which takes one argument. Int I. Let me create one more method. Int I, int j. So this is not the feature that whatever I'm explaining now, since you have asked the question, these 3 dots, this is called as a variable argument. This is not the 1.8 feature. This is already present from 1.5. So that feature is called as the name of that feature is called as a var arg, or you can also call it as variable arguments. You can do the Google and you can get the more information, but I'm just telling you what it is in the interest of time quickly. So here this M1 is a method, this is also another method, this is also another method. If I want to call this method, let us take, these are the static methods, or let us take instance method. In order to call this method, what should I do? The one who asked the question, create an object and then call the method, right? Now s dot M1. Okay, done. Now if I want to call s dot M1, another one, I can pass here. Okay, now s dot M1. If I want to pass 2 arguments, can I say that this one, correct? Now yes. I want to create, say if I want to pass 3 arguments, then what should I do? I can create one more method with 3 arguments, or I can use a list interface or array something, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So in order to avoid this, so that means whenever the number of arguments are increasing, either you can create a data type here argument as an array, or you can create number of data. If I want to have the 3 arguments to be passed, I have to create another method with the 3 arguments, correct? Am I right? Like this, int h. So and then I can call it. But so this is every time based on the number of arguments you are doing it. So this is a tedious job. So in 1.5 what happened is, so they created a variable arguments. So you don't need all of these methods. You don't need all of this method. Done. Remove it. You keep 3 dots, int data type followed by that's it. See, is the compilation error gone? Now
Yes.
here, are you able to see any compilation error?
No.
Let me call the M1 method 10 comma. So I'm passing. See, in line number 16, how many arguments I'm passing?
0,
In line number 17,
1,
in line number 18,
2,
19.
3.
So that means I can see, is it simple or the earlier one is simple?
This one is simple.
Yeah, this is called variable arguments. So if you have a similar type of data you want to pass, you do not know. Well, sometimes I may get 1 element, sometimes I may get 2 elements, sometimes I may get 3 elements. You can get any number of elements. If that is the case, then you need to go for a data structure topic called as variable arguments. Now here, so whenever you call this M1, it will take it. What does this A will contain? A will contain no argument, 0. The size of A will be 0. Now here, look at here. Though you are saying A, internally it is nothing but an array. Now, how do you do? Now you look at if, let me print sysout A dot size or A dot length. Okay, let me print A dot length. Now let me debug here quickly. Let's see what is the output that we are getting each time. Okay, I'm calling from M1. So how many arguments I'm passing?
0.
No, 0. So it will go here. So it is printing 0, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Now here, whenever I say line number 19, how many arguments I'm passing?
1.
So what is the size? See, it is coming. And what is the size? It is printing 1. That means, can I say that this is nothing but a similar working like an array? Yeah. Yes or no? Say
Yes.
similarly, whenever you go to the second line, see what is that? See, A is containing 10 comma 20. That means this is an array. Whatever the passed argument, what the compiler will do, when whatever the argument that you are passing, it will create an array and that pass it that arguments here. So the feature of the help of this variable arguments is, with the variable arguments, you don't need to create multiple methods. Correct? So here earlier for 0 arguments 1 method, 1 argument 1 method, 2 arguments 1 method, 3 arguments 1 method, 4 arguments 1 method. But with the variable arguments, I don't need to create multiple methods. If the arguments are same, like all these are integer type, then I can create. These 3 dots denotes that variable arguments. Hope you're clear.
Yes.
So if you have more, if you need more information, just Google it. And this is a 1.5 feature. Okay, it is nothing related to the 1.8. Okay. Now here, whenever I call this stream.off, here how many arguments I'm passing? 3 arguments. Those 3 will be going to this 3 dots. So what is this tree? Here I have passed string, so the t will be replaced with a string. So here let me, instead of this int, if I can also take string also, not a problem. So then whatever you have to pass string, this one. It is as simple as that, same, whatever we have done earlier. Let me comment these two for time being and change it to string. See, it is same as this one. So by calling the off method present in a stream, we can create a stream. This is the first time. This is how we can create a stream. Okay, the first approach, how can we create a stream? Similarly, so you guys know that collection interface, right? In the collection interface, also there is a method called stream. Hope you're able to see this one default method stream.
Yes.
Okay, by calling this method also we can call the stream object. Okay, or else we can also, let us look at whether the stream method is present here. No, it is not present directly in this interface, but it is present in this interface. Okay, that is another way. Okay, so a stream of array also we can do. Okay, so these are the different ways we can create a stream object. Now let me give you one question. Now instead of list of integer, let us take list of employees, which we have taken yesterday. Yeah, let me copy this example code and then put it here. Now this EMP list is containing all the employees, correct? Let me add one more employee whose employee ID is 128. Let me put the name as Karan. Okay. Now here without Java 8, I am asking you guys to write a program which prints the employee names whose name starts with K. Only I want the employee names whose name is starting with K. How can I write the code?
We'll pass through each of the element and check if it starts with K and print
Yeah.
that.
Start with you can use.
Write a program to print employee name whose name is starting with K. So let's write the code. So we will write a for loop, correct?
So, yeah, for loop I is equal to 0.
Instead of this one, emp list dot size.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now here I will check if emp list dot get of index dot
Start with
get name, get employee name starts with K. Then if this condition is true, then you will write sys out, correct?
yes.
Then you will print that employee name. Is this right? This is how you will write the code. Am I right, guys? Everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Now can I do simplification? Can I, instead of writing this if condition, let me write one method. Let me write public void validate name and taking the string object, string s. If s dot starts with K, return true, else return false, and then I'll put boolean here. Now can I say that instead of writing this if condition, like, because see here if you are having this kind of many checks, sooner you may get error. Can I also do like this, right? Call this method, okay, validate, you pass the employee name, correct? Employee name, how can I pass? Employee list dot get of I dot get emp name. Now is this this is also a right way, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, surrounded by try catch. Okay, fine. Now why am I getting an error?
So method calling. Mention static, I think we have to mention method.
Let's make it as a static. Yeah. Gone. Now here, can I also do this one?
Yes.
So what this method is taking, it is taking one argument and it is returning boolean. So can someone tell me, is it similar to which interface, function interface? Taking one argument and returning boolean?
Predicate.
Predicate. Okay. So this is how you can write a Java code without 1.8. Okay. Now with 1.8, how can you do? Now can I say that now what, see, this is a collection, employee list is a collection object, and I am trying to write a program for this. Can I say that am I doing the operation on a collection object? In order to provide the solution for this question, can that be considered as I'm doing some operation on the given collection?
Yes.
Yeah, that means I can use a stream. So what is the advantage of a stream? In order to perform some operations on a collection object, we can go for a stream. Now, how can I create a stream? So one way to create a stream object is, just now we have seen, by calling the off method. Okay, but here I already have the data. Here, whenever I do not have the collection object, nothing, then I have just to have the data. Then by calling the off method, we can create a stream. But here I have a collection object already, which has the data. So now from this collection, I want to perform the operation. So what I will do, list dot, that means emp list dot stream, call the stream method. So how to get a stream from the collection is by calling the stream method, which is present in the collection. So employee list dot stream. Okay, we can get a stream of object. On top of this object, now in the stream API, stream is an interface, right? In this interface, what all the different methods are present? Look at here, filter, map to int, and then everything, multiple things are there. So look at this filter one method. Now, in order to do this logic, what am I doing here inside? So first of all, I'm iterating. So this iteration can be taken as a stream. Done. That means this for loop can be replaced with a stream. Done. Now internally, after getting a stream or after performing, for each record, what I'm doing, I'm passing that name to one method. If it is returning true, then I'm performing some operation. That means this validate name is nothing but a doing some operation which is similar to the predicate. Now in the stream API, let us look at a method which takes a predicate as an argument. If you are looking at here, there is a method called filter which takes a predicate. So can I use this method now in order to write this?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the reason, in order to do this filter, why am I going for a filter only? Because here in this for loop, what you're doing some operation, which what is the output of an operation? You give one data, and then what is the output? True or false, and then you're performing some operation. So in order to do this, what I will do, I will go for a method called filter. So let's take filter. So filter is taking what? In the stream, there is a method called filter. What does the filter is taking? It's a predicate interface. Predicate interface is nothing but it takes some argument and returns Boolean. Yeah, it takes some argument, returns Boolean. What is that argument? Here, whenever, see here, what does the employee list is containing? Employee object. When I perform the stream, can I say that stream of employees will come? And whenever, if I put here R, what does this R? R is nothing but an employee name. See, this is, whenever you are writing what you call the predicate interface, predicate takes one argument. So you keep one argument, and then you need to write the implementation. So in order to write an implementation, we'll do the arrow mark. So what does the implementation you need to do? So whatever you have written in this validate method, you need to write the same thing, correct? Okay, that means R starts R dot get employee name dot starts with. Okay, so here, since it is only one liner statement, automatically if the employee name is true, it starts with K, it will return true, and then this filter can perform on top of this. I can write for each. For each, it's taking a consumer interface. Consumer is nothing but it takes one argument and does not do anything. It will write print sysout. Let me write sysout. Don't worry, I'll explain again. Just complete this one and then see. T dot get emp name. So this is a stream. This is how we can write a stream code. So if someone is asking you to write a program to print all the employee names whose name starts with K. So what am I doing before without 1.8? What I'm doing, first I'm writing a for loop. This for loop is equivalent to creating a stream object. See, employee list dot stream. So employee list is containing list of employees, Currently, how many employees it is having? 6 employees. So whenever I say stream, first of all, in order to use the stream, we need to create a stream. One way of creating a stream is by calling the off method. Whenever you have only the data, you use the off method. But whenever you have a collection object, you don't need to do all of those things. Directly on top of the collection object, you call the stream method. So by calling the stream method, you can get a stream. See, look at here. By calling the stream method, what is the output? Output, you are getting a stream of employees. Why are you getting a employees? Because my list is containing employees. Look here also, by calling the off method, what you are getting? Stream of string. Why stream of string you are getting? Because you have whatever you have passed is string. So that's the reason you are getting a stream of string. So it depends on what the data, what is the generics that we have for the collection. Now, once you get this, so that means you are writing this employee list.stream is same as creating the for loop. Done. Now internally, what am I doing? I am writing one method which will check whether the given name starts with K. If it is starting, then it will return true. If it is not, it will return false. Now, in order to do the same purpose, there is a method called filter. This filter method is taking a predicate. So why should I use only filter method? Why not map method? So why filter? Because here, whenever you look at this method, validate method name, what is it is doing? It is taking one argument and returning Boolean argument, Boolean data type. So that means it is similar to the predicate. Now I have to use a method in order to fulfill my functionality. I have to use a method which takes predicate argument. Out of this, which one is the better one? You can see the filter method. Now filter, if I take the filter method, so it is taking a predicate. So for that predicate, this is a lambda expression I can write, correct? So predicate takes one argument. What is this R? How can I know what is the R? Is it an integer or is it a string? Looking at the employee list. What does the employee list is containing? Employee. So that means R is nothing but an employee object. So from that employee object, you are getting an employee name and starts with K. So if it is starting with K, it will return true. So how will it execute? First, it will take first element is Karthik. Karthik starts with K. Yes, it will return true. And once the true is returned, then what you are doing here, system.out.println. In order to perform this operation, on top of this one, I am calling the for each method. So see, whenever this filter condition is returning true, then this condition will execute. Here also same thing. Whenever this validate name method is true, then only this statement will execute. Yes or no? Are you guys following me?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So whenever this condition is true, this system.out.println will be executed. Similarly, whenever this filter method returns true, then only this for each method will be called. If it is written false, then for each method will not be called. So if I do the manual debug, first element, the name starts with K. Can I say that this predicate will return true? Whenever
Yes.
it
Yes.
returns
Yes,
true,
sir.
then for each. What does the for each method is taking? Consumer. Consumer is nothing but which takes an argument and does some operation. So what is that argument? I'm taking it as a T. What does it? This T. T is nothing but an employee here, correct? Whatever you are having. So employee object. What I'm doing? System.out.println T.employee name. Done. Now when it comes to the second element. Now how many times this stream will be executing? Is it only one time or number of elements?
Number of elements.
How many employees does this list is containing? That many times this line will execute, correct? So
Yes.
one is completed. Now it comes to the Aditya. So does the Aditya name starts with K?
No.
No. Here in your code also for loop, whenever this is false, will this execute this line?
No.
No. Same thing here. Whenever this filter
But
method
this
is
will, but
Yeah.
this will execute up to this filter R dot that much, and then it will return false boolean. Then for each will not execute like
Yes.
that, it is, right?
Yes. See here. Same thing here. So even here also, your for loop will execute and your validate name will execute. Whenever the validate name is returning true, then only the inner code will execute, correct? Same thing. Whenever you say employee list.stream, it's a for loop. And by calling this filter method, you are filtering. As the name itself is telling, you are filtering. So filtering means whenever this inner condition is true, whatever the code that you have written outside will be executed. Whenever this inner condition is false, then the outside code will not be executed, same as the above. Okay. Now, whenever it comes to the third element, fourth element, all these are false, so it will not execute. Whenever you have the current, so does the name starts with K? Yes, but here this is a capital letter, this is a small letter. Let me keep it as a small letter for time being. Okay, now it starts with K, yes, then it will execute the for each. So this is a simplification of this code with the example of this string. Hope you understand, guys.
Yes.
Any questions?
Sir, here we can directly use for each, no, to check the condition.
Okay,
inside.
what is the use of a for each? Can you write a condition in the for each?
No, in the implementation, we can write.
Yeah, in the implementation you can write. See here in okay, whenever you are using a for, okay, you are saying that whenever you are writing a for each, here you will take the argument, and internally you are writing a if condition, correct? But again, you are same thing, whatever you are doing in the for loop, you are writing, right? You are not using the predefined methods, right? See, this is complete. That is also possible. You can do it, but in this way, you can also add one more condition. And I'll tell you one other scenario also. Instead of printing it, I want so. Okay, I'll answer your question a little later, because here the task is simple. Whose name starts with K, print it to the output. But later I don't want to print it. Whichever the employee name whose name starts with K, create a separate list at that time. Again, what you need to do in that, you can also use the for each, and internally you can write create a separate list, but that becomes an internal list, right? If you are creating a list object here, you can not create a local variable declarations. Int x equal to 0. So here that, see, am I able to create a declaration variable inside a lambda expression? So this is a disadvantage. Or else, even if you are creating, it will not hold the okay, let me take okay, look at here, what am I here, even if you are declaring, this will not be treated outside. So inside a lambda expression, you cannot create a local variable. Okay, so that is a limitation. Just wait for some time, you will get that answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Here both R and, can you please come, R and T, both are representing list elements.
Where you are talking about?
In the
Go
below
down, go down.
code.
Is you're talking about a stream example or collection example?
Stream.
Let's go here. Okay. Yeah.
So
here you can put your name. Here I can put my name also, not a problem. So see here, whenever you are writing a filter, you are calling the filter method. Till now, is it clear? You are calling a filter method. Okay. What does the filter method is taking? Predicate function interface. Is it Srivalli, the one who asked the question?
Yes.
Yeah. So what does the filter method is taking?
Predicate interface.
Yeah. Predicate is what? Is it a function interface?
Yes.
So for the function interface, can you write a lambda?
Yes.
Whenever you're writing a lambda, so what does the predicate will do? Predicate will take one argument and returns Boolean, correct?
Yes, sir.
So whenever you are mentioning that argument, do you need to mention whether it's a string or whether it's an integer?
No need.
I just mentioned some random variable, correct?
Okay.
Yeah. So here, whenever, see, that is what I have done. See, it is a predicate which is taking one argument, and this is the implementation. After this bracket, this is the implementation. So since this is the only one line, do I need to write return statement? Not required, correct? Okay. Now you're getting question like, what is this R? How does the compiler will know what is this R? Okay. You're performing the operation on what? The stream operation you're performing on what? Employee list. What does the employee list is containing?
List
employee object. Employee object. So whenever you're writing this for loop, inside this for loop at 0th position, you're getting one employee object, correct?
Yes.
At one position, you are getting one employee object, correct?
Yes.
Similarly, can I say that here list employee list dot stream is nothing but a for loop. Whenever you are iterating for the first time, what do you get?
Okay, first object.
First object. What is that first object? Is it a string object or is it an integer object?
Employee object.
Employee object. Can I say that this R is nothing but an employee object?
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you identify? Correct. So if you want to know what is this R, that is a question, correct?
Hmm.
Now, if you
Yes,
want to
sir.
know, then what you need to do, where you are performing this R inside a filter, where this filter is getting performed on a stream. This stream is getting performed on employee list. You go to the definition of this variable. Okay, here, what does this employee list is containing? Employees, correct? List of employees. That means this is the generics that will be passed over here. Here, if I am putting string, then string will be passed, correct? Hope you understand.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
The same thing here, this is done. Now, for each is another method, correct? So for each is another method. This is also present in this, I guess in the stream itself. Stream also we have a for each method. Yeah, look at here. We have a method called for each also in the stream. What it is taking? Consumer. Consumer is nothing but it takes one argument and returns nothing, correct? It is performing some operation. So this is what that lambda expression. Now your question comes again, what is this T? So again, the T is nothing but, see, for each record, whenever you're doing the stream, what you get? Employee object, right?
Yes.
By looking at this generics, you can understand this R and T are nothing but employee objects. So since this is the employee object, that's the name you are able to get the employee name method, right?
Sir, might have
Hope you
been-
understand.
Sir,
Now let me ask you a similar question. Let me create another one. List of string S equal to new array list. Okay. Now S dot add. Let me take. Okay. Karthik. S dot add. Vibo. Okay, done. Now here, how can I create? I want to create a stream object. How can I create for this S1?
This one dot.
Yeah, S1 is a collection object. Agree?
Yes.
Yes or no? S1
Yes.
is a collection object. Now, whenever you have a collection object, when I say collection object, it can be a list, it can be a set, it can be a map, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, whenever I have the collection object, how can I call the stream method? Why am I calling the stream method? I want to perform some operation. In order to perform the operation on a collection, we need a stream. How can I get a stream? S1 dot stream.
Stream.
Okay, done. Now, what does this will give? Now, on top of this, I want to perform some filter operation. So filter. Filter is taking a predicate. Predicate means you just write something in blindly and then write this implementation. Okay. Now, what is the question? What is this G? Can someone tell me? Is it an employee object?
String object.
How do you know
String
that? By looking at
Because-
this generic. Hope you understand now.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is about a filter method. Okay. Now the same code. Okay. So whenever you're performing it, working with a stream, there are some concepts called as intermediate operation, terminal operation. Let's look at those. What is intermediate operation and terminal operation? Okay. So this filter method is called as intermediate operation. Okay. This for each method is called as terminal operation. Terminal operations are nothing but which provides the output. Intermediate operations are nothing but which does not provide the output. Let me execute the code till here only. In this example, let me execute employee list dot stream dot till here and see what is the output. Let me look at it. Let me write here output. Okay. Now. Yeah, Melvin, this whatever you have written is also fine. You can also pass like this, but unnecessarily we are writing the number of lines more. So you can pass it if you want, but that is creating a number of more lines. Now here, let us run the program and see the output. So I have written the string called output. Don't worry, in the initial days, whenever you do not know anything about stream, it looks like little difficult. Going forward, we are going to write a number of examples, so it will be easy. Okay. Now here, output. So what does the output you are getting? Am I getting any data or am I getting something? I'm getting some class name, right? Java.util.stream reference to pipeline something, correct? Am I getting output anything true or false? So this filter method, map methods, there are some operations. Those are called intermediate operation. Intermediate operation will not provide you the output. Terminal operation only will provide you the output. So that's the reason this for each method is only printing you the output. So terminal operations will provide the output. Now, what are the examples of a terminal operation? What are the examples of intermediate operation? Now, can I call this filter is an intermediate operation since it is not providing the output? Yes. What is the terminal operations? For each, which will provide the output. So this intermediate operation will be invoked when there is a terminal operation only. So don't worry about this much. I have just given you the introduction. I'll come to this later. Now, on the same example, let us do one more thing. Okay. Let me copy this. Write a program to create a list of okay. Currently, what is this employee list is containing? What does this employee list is containing?
Employee object.
Employee object. Okay. When I say employee object, it has an employee ID, employee name, employee salary, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now I want you to write a program. Write a program to collect employee EMP names into separate list. So here, see, I'm giving you as an input as an employee list, which is containing employee objects. So I want you to create you iterate each employee and then get the name and then create a separate list. That is my work. So if I want to do that, can I say that here instead of this validate name, let me write one method. Let me write one more method. Let me copy this. Return name, take the employee object. Return e dot get emp name. What is this return? Return is a string. Okay. Let me put get name. So by calling this get name method, what I will do here, I will call this get name method. Okay. And then I will pass the employee list object. Dot get of I. I'm passing this name. So this will return me the name, string name. Now, what is the question that is asked? Write a program to collect employee names into a separate list from EMP list. From EMP list. EMP list is having a employee objects. So you need to iterate for each employee. Yes, I'm iterating it. And I'm going to the method called get name. What does the get name method is doing? It is taking a employee object and it is returning a string. That is nothing but it's returning an employee name. So I'm getting a name. I just need to create a array list object and do it, correct? List of string EMP name list equal to new array list. Get done. Now here, can I add the data to this EMP name list? EMP name list dot add name. Yes or no?
Yes.
After performing this for loop, can I say that my output, I am having an employee name list, which will contain the employee names only?
Yes.
So can I say that this is how I can write in order to implement this question? This is how I can write the code without Java 8. First of all, do you guys understand the question? What did I ask here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, in order to implement this question, this is how I can write the code, right?
Yes.
Okay. That means here, so if I want to convert this into a Java 8, okay. So can I say that this is also one operation? So in order to perform the operation, can I say that so can I say that employee list dot stream first?
Yes.
Yes or no? Okay. Employee list dot stream done. Now shall I go for a filter method?
No.
No, sir. No.
So filter method is not correct? Because filter, see here, I do not want here, whenever you look at the for loop inside nullly, you're calling the get name method. What does this get name method is doing? Taking one object and returning something else object, correct? Are you returning Boolean?
No.
No.
You're taking one object and returning something else. So that means filter method is the right approach, correct? It is filter method I should not go, correct? Now what method I should go? So here someone tell me what is the function interface which takes some argument and returns some other argument? Do we have any functional interface in Java
Function.
in which
Function.
takes one argument and returns something? Yeah, function, correct? Yes or no? Function interface,
Yes.
correct? So let's look at that function interface once. Java.util.function. Look at here function. See, function is a function interface in which you are taking one argument and returning something else argument. Is it similar to your functionality now? See, this get name method is taking employee object and returning string object. Is it same or not?
Yes.
Okay. Now that means in the stream, whenever I'm getting a stream, I need to search for a method which takes the function as a function interface, correct? Argument, correct?
Yes.
Now let's go to the stream. So here in the stream API, are you able to see one method called map? So what does this map method is doing? It is taking a function as a functional argument as a parameter, correct? So can I pass the same thing over here? Yes or no?
Yes.
Guys, are you able to follow me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now here, so instead of now what I'm doing, I'm using a map method. Map method is taking what? Function. What is that function? It's a functional interface. How can I write a functional interface? Function is something which takes one argument and returns some other argument. You just take argument is nothing but write something T followed by what it is returning. What you want to return? What is this T?
Line.
T is nothing but an employee object, correct?
T dot
String.
Employee
T
list
dot-
dot get names.
T dot
T
get.
dot get name. So do I need to write the return statement here?
No.
If it is a more than one line, then only I need to write a return statement, correct? Let me write a return statement. So I just wanted to write some, okay, let me explain. Okay, for time being, let us not write more than one line. Later we will implement it. So T dot employee get name. Can I say that here? It is taking an employee object and it is returning a employee name, correct? So can I say that till this point I have achieved?
Yes.
See, yeah, employee list dot stream means this for loop. Okay, I am iterating for each employee, and for each employee, I am getting a name. By passing the employee object, I am getting a name. Can I say that I have achieved till this line by writing this code? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the left out? You need to create a collection object, list object, correct? Create a list object, and then create a list object means create an object for the array list, and then add the data, whatever the name that you are getting, you add it to the array list, correct? This whatever I have highlighted, line number 54 is pending. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now let us see whether what this map will do. Execute the code till here in the system.out.println and see what does it will give. Will it give any output or not? Let me write here in order to identify map method output. Map method output. Okay. Save it, run the program. See, what am I getting? Map method output. I am getting the same thing, correct? That means this map method is also a intermediate operation, which is not providing the output. Okay. So let me write the intermediate operation is here also map. Okay, done. Now here I am not getting output. So here I have to do the last step. In order to do this last step, can I use the for each now?
Yes, we can.
So if you are using a for each, what does the for each method is taking? Consumer.
Consume.
So does the consumer returns anything? It is
Yes.
just
No.
doing some operation,
No.
right? No, I cannot use this, correct? So in order to, if you want to perform anything like a list creation or object creation, then you need to use a method called collect. So on top of, see, in the stream API, there is a method called collect. Let us. Are you guys able to see one method called collect here? In the stream API, you have a method called collect. Okay. In order to use by calling this method collect, you can create a collection. So dot collect. Look at here, collect. Okay. By using this method, you can create a collect. So what you are creating? List, correct? So you don't need to create a list object and call the add method and all. By calling like this, collectors dot to list. By calling like this, what happens is whatever the output you are getting. So here, whenever you are calling this collect method and writing by collector dot to list, what happens is it will create a collection object and it will add the data, whatever it is the output of this map method, that will be added to the collection object. So whatever this is performing each time employee list dot add, that will be taken care by this method. It will create a collection object and it will add it. Now, what is the return type of this collect method? It is returning list of string, correct? Look at here. This collect method, it's what it is returning, list of string. Copy this. Let me write here. List of string. Now here, this is a EMP name list. Done. So let me print it. It's already there. EMP list name using stream. Okay. Now copy this and let me do sys out. Let me write here. EMP name using stream. Plus, let me run the program and see the output. See? EMP. Okay. EMP names using stream. See here. Am I getting all the employee names? Karthik, Aditya, Atul, Vaibhav, Shesha, Karan. Am I getting an employee objects or am I getting a string object?
String objects.
Object.
Yeah. This is how you can use a map method. Any questions? So whenever, let's do the debug here. How many times this is executing? Okay.
So collect here is the terminal operation, right?
Yes. Yes. Collect is producing the output. So collect is called as a terminal operation. I'll come to the terminal operation, the definition wise, everything later. But technically, I'm telling you what is a collection of terminal operation. Collect. What is a intermediate operation? One statement you can remember that intermediate operation does not provide the output unless until terminal operation is invoked. So that's the reason what I'm doing whenever I'm writing a filter, I have done the output. I mean, I'm not getting output. Whenever I'm writing the map, directly I have written a system.out.println. It is not giving me the output. So intermediate operation is something which does not give a output unless until terminal operation is not invoked. So whenever you perform the terminal operation on top after the intermediate operation, then only the output will be coming. So this is for the what you call this intermediate operation and this terminal operation. These are like a terminologies which can be asked in the interview. Okay. So, but see, it is similar to the inheritance. For example, if someone is asking the inheritance, how can you say inheritance is nothing but inheriting, getting the parents properties from the parent. How can you achieve the inheritance in Java? using extends keyword or implements keyword. Similarly, what is an intermediate operation? Intermediate operation is something in which does not provide the output. Example, map method and filter method. If I call the filter method alone, will it provide output? No. When the filter method, when the intermediate operation will provide output, whenever the terminal operation is invoked. So after writing the filter method, I am calling the for each method. What is this for each method? For each method is called as a terminal operation. So on top of the filter intermediate operation, if you invoke the terminal operation, then only we'll get an output. Any questions so far? So now let me ask you some questions. I have a list of integer numbers equal to new array list. Okay. Ten. 15, 20, 30, 45, 55. So can I say that these are the numbers or nothing but like I have some numbers. Now write a lambda expression to print even numbers from this given list object. So numbers is an object, right? Array list object. Now can someone write a lambda expression to print the even numbers? How can I write?
Numbers dot string.
Okay, let me let me
String.
write numbers
Numbers
dot string.
String
Yeah,
Filter.
followed by.
Filter.
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 Should I use a filter or map?
You need to filter the data. That's why you need
Filter,
to use filter itself.
Yeah.
Filter.
Why? So filter means here what I want to filter the
Only.
number only with a even numbers.
Even
How do I
numbers.
know even number?
Then
Anything percentile by 2. If
double
I'm
equal to
getting the
zero.
remainder as 0, then I will consider that as a even number.
Even numbers.
That means Boolean false, correct? So
Yes.
filter. Okay. Now filter is taking one
Argument n
Okay, this is P or H.
RMR
Let us take GH, something, anything I can take, correct?
if RMR
Now, yeah,
uh,
GF percentile by 2 equal to 0.
0.
Sorry, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Correct.
I think it is coming blank screen for me.
Now it is.
Now we are getting.
Yeah, sorry guys, due to some technical issue it is happening. Okay. GF percentile by 2 equal. Okay. Why am I getting this?
Close one more time.
Okay, now here can I say that this is how okay. Now here after that I wanted to print it. In order to print, should I use a collect method or for each method?
For each.
For each,
For each.
can I say GFG and
Yes.
then sysout
Sysout
GFT, correct?
GFT. That's it.
What is this GF here?
GF is
Integer.
Integer. How do you know? By looking at this one. What is this GFD here?
Integer.
Integer.
list of integers, even numbers. That's
So that means here, what it will do first, it will take 10 number.
yes.
GF is nothing but first 10 number. 10 percentile by 2. Is it equal to 0?
Yes, true.
10 divided by 2. So it will true. So and it will go here. What does the GFT will contain? 10. And it
10.
is printing 10. Done. Now next element, see, can I say it is a stream, correct? Numbers dot stream. So it will go to the next number. 15. 15 percentile by 2. Is it 0?
No, false.
So it will execute. Will it execute for each?
No.
No. Then 20. 20 percentile by 2. Is it 0?
Yes.
Then can I say that this GFT is nothing but 20 element?
Yes.
Okay. Now 30, it will do. 45 and 55, it will not do, correct?
Yes.
Now, so here what you're doing, you are printing all the even numbers. No, I don't want to print all the even numbers. Can you create a separate list? What should I do?
Collectors methods you need to use.
I can use collect method. And in the collectors, I want to create separate. I don't want to create a list. I want you to create a set. From the given list object, all the even numbers, try to put it into a separate set object. How can I do? If it is a same thing, collectors dot
To list instead
set.
of to list, to set.
Yeah. So in order, if you want to create a list object, you call the list to list method. If you want to create a set object, you call the set method. So what does the return type can?
Set.
See? The set of integer, correct?
Integers.
Set of integer. Hope you're able to understand, guys. Questions?
Yes.
Any questions? See, which method to be used, you need to be aware. That is very important whenever you're working with the streams.
Sir, whenever we are using filter, we need to take some amount of data from the list.
Yeah, because filter method is something which taking a predicate. Predicate is something which takes an argument, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But whenever we are using that map method, we need to see the entire list.
No. Even map method also taking a function interface, right? Function. So that is also taking an argument, right?
Yes.
Both are same. See here, it depends on whether it is written. See here in the map, what you're doing. Map is taking function interface. What is that meaning of function? It takes what is this T?
List of employees.
No. See, this employee list is containing employee list of employees, like multiple employees. Okay. Now, whenever you call the stream, can I say that first you are getting one employee?
Yes.
So that means at a time you are not getting all the employees, correct?
Yes.
Whenever
yes.
you call stream, first time you will get one employee. That employee will be supplied here, correct?
Yes.
This T is nothing but an employee object. From that, map is something which is taking a function interface, which takes one argument and returns some other argument. What is that other argument? T dot get name.
Get name.
Here you do not have multiple statements, only one statement. So it will return the same thing. What it will return? T dot get name. Get employee name is nothing but string.
String.
So that means it is taking an employee object and returning a string object, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, same thing. Hope you guys understand this one. Any questions so far? Guys, please say yes, no, something. If there is a silence, then I'll think that you understood it.
Yes, sir.
Once can you go to the two set?
Just a minute.
The two set one, I just want to. Yeah, okay, directly two set.
Yeah, the two set. You can also do the map. I'll tell you the map little later, not now. Okay. So you should be habituated to writing the stream kind of a method, filter method, map method. Then we'll go for a map. Map is not that simple. You need to write some code. You can also change it to the map also. Okay. Now, if I am asking you guys, from this employee list, write a stream program to collect all the employee IDs into a separate list. How can I do? Write a program. Let me write here. Write a program to collect all the EMP IDs into separate list from EMP list. How can I do?
Using map.
Tell me the code. Let me write. You tell me the
Using
code.
map you can do.
Impl dot
String.
EMP dot
string.
string.
Dot map.
Should I use map or filter?
Map.
We're getting another argument.
Yeah.
So map you
So
have to use.
input is employee, output is employee ID. So map
ID.
method. Okay, map method. I'll take something. Okay.
Something RE.
And then what should I return?
RE dot get
Or
the
get
employee
ID.
ID.
Get employee ID. Done. And then I'm into a
Collect.
separate list. Correct?
Collect. Collector dot to list.
To list.
So see. I hope so before this session, I think that writing this code will be little difficult. I hope you understand now. Did I make this? Did I made my lecture easy? Writing the stream example or stream code up to whatever you learned.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.
So we will see all the methods. Don't worry about that min method, max method, limit method, skip method, everything. Okay, these are the questions that will be asked in the interview. So if let me show you the notes. The notes also have provided all of this. You will get it, not a problem. I'm just waiting for all others to join. Maybe in a day or two, I will share this. Okay. So what is a stream? Stream is an interface. It is present under java.util.stream package. What is the advantages of a stream? Stream is used to perform the operations on a collection. Does the stream is holding any data? No. Is the stream a data structure? No. Why the stream is not called the data structure? Because stream is used to perform the operation. It is not storing the data. When you can call some collection as a data, some object as a data structure, when it is holding the data. But in the stream, does it hold any data? It is just performing some operations only, right? It is immutable. Okay. So I mentioned all of those here. So here there are some, I have just drawn some diagram. Intermediate operations are nothing but filter, map, sorted. Terminal operations are for each. So we'll come to the short circuit operations later. So for each, collect, match, count, reduce. We will come to this later. Okay, sorted method also we are going to discuss. Don't worry. Okay. Now filter method returns a stream of a element. It is taking a filter method is taking a predicate. Map method. So I have provided some examples. Look at here. This is a code and this is another example. So similarly, there is another method called distinct. What does the distinct? See here, write a lambda to count how many distinct employees are present. So this is how we can use it. Flat map, like we are going to look at all of this. So here in the interview, what they will ask you generally is, they will give you the employee list, something like this. And then they will ask you to sort the employees based on the salary using the stream. You can write this sorting logic without a stream also using the collection.sort method also. But in the interview, when they are asking about Java 8 interview question, they will ask you, so this is the input for you given employee list. Now write a program to sort the employee list based on the salary, ascending to descending, or like lowest to highest. So how do you write? Use the stream methods. That is how they ask you the questions. So we are going to look at all of those. Okay. I'll be sharing these notes with you guys maybe in a day or two. I request you all to please practice every day. So I will share this code in the Telegram group. Whatever we discuss like map method and filter method, please practice it with Java 8, without Java 8. And why am I explaining this with the employee object is, this employee object can be replaced with any user defined object that we use it in our project. That is how we will learn. For example, in here, if I have a department object, then what does this map will take? What is this RE will take? Department. So what is in the department, what are the setter getters are there? I can access those, correct? So can I say that now? Similarly, in your project, this employee object can be some different object, but still you can use a stream method, map and filter method. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So what you can do is today, the one thing is whatever I have mentioned here, just practice for 30 minutes. And then in your project, if already Java 8 is implemented, search for where the filter method is used. Okay. How do you search? Go to this search and then file. Then what do you write? Stream dot filter. Just you mention stream dot filter and then click on, you select the workspace and then click on search. You can get where and all this stream dot filter is used. Now you can analyze what they are doing. So in that way, you can get to know how these filter and map methods are getting used in your project. Any questions, anyone?
Sir, my question is open that decoder, Java decoder.
Decompiler, right?
Decompiler. Yes, decompiler. So whenever I want to search some method, there are so many lines of code present in a particular class. How can I search?
You can write find Control F.
Control F. I will not get this find in my laptop.
So then what should I do, man? So why it you should get everything, right? Why you will not get? Are you using Mac?
No, it's Windows.
Windows only, right?
Yes.
So then you will get Control F. Control F will give you,
Control F.
maybe you need to use Control Shift F or Control F. It will work.
I didn't try actually.
Then how can you say you don't get? You have to try, right?
Yes.
Yeah, just try. You will get Control F anywhere. Like not only this this one. See here, even if you want to find something in this this is a OneNote. I want to find something. Then what should I do? If it is a text, I will enter. See, stream. See, Control F. Control F is nothing but to search, right? In computer.
F for find.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else? Anyone?
Yeah, one thing. Here list is used for storing heterogeneous and homogeneous objects. So for suppose you are taking here employee list. So for homogeneous and heterogeneous, if I taking not only employee, even also I taking department everything. At the time, can I use streams?
Okay. Before that, okay. Is it the right way to use those like that? You are saying that you don't want to use the generics, correct?
Yes.
Oh, let me. Okay. If you don't use a generics, do you know what is the problem? Why the generics is introduced in Java? You are saying that you don't put any generics. Okay.
Yes.
Now you are saying that some EMP, and you are saying here also you are not mentioning what does this array list is containing, correct? It
Yes.
may contain string object, it may contain employee object, it may contain anything, correct?
Yes.
Now, do you know what is the, this is how first initial Java, like before 1.5 or 1.3, this is how the array list is working.
Yes.
Okay. Now here, see, I'm adding a integer string object, I'm adding an integer object. Is it giving any issue? No, because that is the definition of a collection. But in the initial versions of Java, this is how this is present. But do you know what is the problem with this?
So any type of data we can store in this location.
You can store it. That is the advantage. But there are more problems. See here, this is the code I have written. Okay. Now, if I want to at 0th position, I have a name called Karthik. Okay. Now, if I want to get the data, what I will do? emp dot get of 0. Correct. What it is giving?
String.
Karthik.
String. So string s string I1 equal to. Okay. Now see here I am getting a error. So why am I getting error? I need to do the convert typecasting. Correct. Okay. Yes or no? This will work. So this is the code. Now assume that, may I know your name?
Shesha Reddy.
Yeah, Shesha. So this is the code I have written in my project. Now you have come and then you have added one more element. emp dot add. Before Karthik you added some 10 or 100.0. Now whenever I am executing this one, can I get a runtime exception or not?
Yes.
Because here at 0th position, what is present? Double. That I am trying to change it to string. Is it possible?
No, not possible.
So
conversion
without generics, there is a problem of type safety, typecast issues, and then type safety issues, right?
Okay.
So in order to, without generics, this is the initial version of Java. If you take Java 1.2, 1.3, there is no generics. Without generics, there is a problem of type safety and typecasting. So this will give you a runtime exception. Whenever there is a runtime exception, is it a loss to the company?
Yes.
Yeah. So in order to resolve this runtime exception, they have come up with the concept of generics.
Okay.
Now, by providing this generics here, during the, see, if you are putting the generics as string, can you add anything else?
No, not possible.
See here, whenever you put the, yeah. So during the addition itself, it will, that means compiler is taking care that when by looking at the generics, it is not even allowing the developer write double values, correct? It is allowing only string. So will I be able to get a runtime exception of typecasting and type safety?
No.
No. So whatever you said, that is right, but that is not used nowadays in the project. So that's the reason you have to mention the generics, because generics is providing the type safety and typecast. So whenever you are providing the generics, there is no option of that, right? If not, then even you can write a stream object. but still again you will get a problem, correct?
Yes.
Here, see, when even without generics also, on the EMP you can write a stream. Let me remove this. But the same thing, runtime issues, you will get it, right?
Yes.
EMP.stream, yes, you can do it. But whenever you say map method, sometimes you will get a string object, sometimes you will get an integer object.
If
And
the
your
list
whatever
of-
you,
if the given list is string, maybe we have to convert. We can write like this also. No issue. Without
Yeah.
issue. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you can do it.
Thank you.
So any other questions? Yeah. So if no question, that's all for today, guys. And tomorrow there will not be any class. So I have a doctor appointment for my father. So there will not be any class tomorrow, and we'll meet back on Friday. And this Saturday also we'll have the class. So 23rd is the next class. Tomorrow is holiday. And 23rd is the next class. And 24th also we have the class. On Saturday class timing, I will let you know on Friday. Okay.
Karthik, yesterday's session recording, will you send after few days or it's
No,
like
I'll not be sending that. Admin will be sending that. So they are
Okay.
uploading the data, all these recordings into some platform. That platform will be shared with you. I think you have received an email also separately. I do not know. Just call up the admin and then tell.
Access.
I could not get.
Okay, sure.
Recordings are
I'll-
already there, sir. That's what I'm telling.
Okay. Can you tell the one? Is it Sohini, the one who asked the question on recordings?
Yeah. Tell me.
Go ahead, Srivali. You are saying something.
No, they have shared the link with the recordings. I'm telling we're able to see.
Okay, you are able to see the recordings.
Yes.
So how did you get that link?
They have provided in the email.
Okay. So Sohini, did you get that email? Just check your
I
email.
actually did not. No, I actually did not get mail. Yesterday they pinged me this in WhatsApp, this Zoom ID and all. Once I called them, so again I need to, I think, call them and ask for the mail.
Yeah. So just check why are you. I think in your email, if you have provided the proper email, you should have got an email because they are sending an email bulk to all. Or else you can check your spam folder.
Okay, sure.
So you are part of the Telegram group, right? This one, 02. Let me open this Telegram group. Yeah, you're present in this 02 Java 11 features, which is shown on my screen. Are you part of this group?
Karthik, can you send? I'm not part of this group.
Okay. So you have received an email from the Ashok IT, right? To join this Zoom link. In that Zoom link, it will be provided.
No, Ashok. Yesterday I called. Yesterday also I didn't get. Yesterday I didn't get mail regarding new link. Yesterday I called that one. I am unable to log in because I didn't get new link. But yesterday they didn't send. Today also 9 o'clock I tried to join, but they didn't send new link also. Again I call admin. After 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they send a through WhatsApp. They send this new link to me.
Okay.
So
Fine.
several times I called.
Yeah, fine. No
Yeah,
issues.
same for me also. So I'm able to join the group, but I did not get any YouTube, any link where these classes will be there.
Yeah, I think, can you guys check your spam folder? Because
I checked.
Can you check
whenever,
in the chat?
are you looking at the same email that you have provided to the Ashok IT?
Yes.
Okay.
They are giving the answer that some people are unable to join. There is a problem with the link. They told that one. Please,
They are like, same way they are saying. They will say like they will send, and then again we need to call, and again we need to say. Then they will send in WhatsApp, but not proper mail.
Okay. So can you guys okay, just give me a minute. Can you both ping your mobile number, your name, and your email ID in the chat to me only? So that I will get you added from the backend. If your enrollments are proper, they will check that and they will add you to the Telegram group from the backend. Okay. Just ping in the today's chat, in the Zoom, we have a chat, right? In the chat, just ping your name, mobile number, and email ID only to me. So don't worry about this, guys, these questions and all. This will be there for some, like, since you guys are new to this, so this will be there for some time, but this will not be repeated. Don't worry. Just concentrate on what I am trying to say. If you are not understanding, I am ready to explain again. Suman, can I know your email ID, please?
Sorry, yeah.
I have shared with you, Karthik.
Yeah,
So,
I got it. Okay, sure. So, Sanjay, Malav, are you also facing the same thing? You are not part of the group because you have. I see that you have shared your data. Okay, sure. So then I'll make sure that you three gets. I'll inform this information to the admin because these are things taken care by the admin. Okay. Yeah. So thank you guys. Thanks for joining. I'll share the code in the Telegram group. And for those new guys, once you add it, I'll share it again. Don't worry. So please practice it. The stream, write as many examples as possible and look at your project code. And then we'll meet back on Friday. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day.
thanks, Karthik.
Thank you, sir.